Welcome to Frequency Matters, the RF and Microwave Update series. I'm Pat Hindle, and I'm here with my co-host Eric Heim. In this episode, we're going to cover the September EW Radar and Milcom Supplement. And the cover feature is Protecting Fully Digital Multi-Mission Radar Receivers with Agile Filters, and that's written by Knowles Precision Devices. And also in this issue, we have a perspective piece by Ian Dunn of Spectrum Control, and that's about analog transformation, the missing link to achieving mass affordable mass in defense systems. And it's been a growing trend that we've been seeing in the industry as kind of the digitization of RF systems over the last couple of years. So definitely an interesting one to check out. Eric, how about you for the rest of the articles?
Thanks, Pat. Well, I think the articles in the supplement reflect the full breadth of these segments and how that market is evolving. We've got a collaboration article from Reticulate Micro and Quantropy that looks at how important the network edge is to today's increasingly contested and congested battle space and the threat that quantum and AI capabilities pose. So the article looks at what those two companies are doing in that space. We've got an application note from Sierra Circuits that describes using design for manufacturing techniques to future-proof PCBs for defense applications, and that gets into some of the unique requirements from the defense industry and how to address them. We've also got a good article from TI about reducing clock jitter in data converters to improve system SNR. And finally, a report from StratView Research about the role that microwave tubes are still playing in the defense industry.
And for products, we had capturing and identifying RF threats from Manritsu. And we also had D38999 connectors and cable assemblies and military applications from Conduct RF. What do we have for tech briefs?
Well, we had 4 tech briefs in this supplement. We have Fairview Microwave introducing a 3.5 millimeter to 1.85 millimeter adapter that operates to 34.5 gigahertz. We have Aerovant announcing a monopulse Cassegrain antenna operating from 34 to 36 gigahertz with 1 dB beam width and 43 dBi gain. Exodus Advanced Communications has developed a 1 kilowatt pulsed solid-state PA in the 4 to 6 gigahertz range. And Empower RF Systems has designed a 250-watt pulsed expand GaN SSPA module. So definitely a lot of development going on in this segment.
And so we had a special guest join us live in the studio for this episode. Tom Cole, Vice President of Sales and Marketing and Integra Technologies, talked with us about a new architecture that they're using with high voltage GaN and efficient combining technology from Wurlitone, and they're replacing traveling wave tube applications. Let's take a look at a clip from that now. These are some very impressive power levels. What levels are you able to achieve? What kind of efficiency? And, how does that correlate to what frequencies you're working at?
Yeah, absolutely. This has been kind of a range of things that we've done. Right now, we have 4 active megawatt level TWT and solid state replacements, even replacing what was done in a legacy setting at 50 volt GaN with our high voltage GaN and these E-plane combiners. So for example, with one early warning radar system, we have been able at S-band to replace what was housed in 2 6-foot high racks at 150 kilowatts with a single 4-foot rack that's doing 200 kilowatts.
Wow.
And that's been kind of we coined a term a few years ago called swap C squared. And this is really size, weight, power, cost, and complexity. And it's that complexity factor that's really driving these architectures. Because if you need 500 transistors at 50 volts, but you can do it with 50 at 100 volts, it radically changes what's possible in terms of that system size for the same power out of the antenna.
Wow, the power density that Integra Technologies is achieving with these GaN transistors is very impressive. So looking forward to see how that project goes off. Turning to the news, since our supplement is in the military area, I thought that we'd do some news from there. And the first thing I saw was Boeing announced they scheduled a 2026 launch of a satellite which is designed to demonstrate quantum entanglement swapping capabilities on orbit. And Boeing has funded this first-of-its-kind space mission that brings humanity closer to building a secure global quantum internet and connects quantum sensors and computers. The experiment is attempting to demonstrate the quantum networking space and helping us better understand how these networks can be built across vast distances and remain highly synchronized. So it'll be an interesting one to follow. And BAE Systems has acquired Conertech. It's a UK cyber and electromagnetic activities company, and they specialize in counter improvised explosive device, counter uncrewed air systems, and electronic warfare products and solutions. And their technology protects the military platforms and personnel from cyber and electromagnetic attacks. And they have an open architecture of products that enable them to work together in all domains and across military platforms. And on the same acquisition mode, Honeywell announced the completion of its acquisition of Case Systems from the private equity firm Advent International, and that's for approximately $1.9 billion in an all-cash transaction. And this acquisition enhances Honeywell's defense technology solutions across land, sea, air, and space. And it's also expected to create favorable tailwinds for the growth across Honeywell's aerospace technologies business. Eric, what did you see in the news?
Well, in keeping with our theme, I see that SpacePath Communications has developed a 40-watt manpack terminal that uses troposcatter transmission. And that whole beyond line of sight transmission capability is becoming interesting in both commercial and military segments. And this particular development promises at least 70 megabits per second at up to 70 kilometers. And Hensoldt, along with some partners, has developed what they call a MIMO radar. And the sensor, post-processor, ground station, and data link are cognitive and use AI to monitor uncontrolled airspaces.
And so turning to events, we've been talking about European Microwave Week. Takes place September 22nd to the 27th in Paris. So this will be our last coverage of that other than the post-event. And as a reminder, there are 3 great forums in this event that you don't see at other microwave events. They have the 5G, 6G forum, the automotive forum, and the defense, security, and space forum, which we're helping out with. So in the defense forum, I wanted to highlight that there'll be some talks from companies in our space, UMS, Qorvo, and Integra Technologies on the semiconductor side. And then there'll be systems companies like Thales, Hensoldt, and MC2, and plus Rohde & Schwartz on the test side. So it's kind of a comprehensive event. The keynote will be from General Bordelis and Colonel Comaris from the Ministry of Defense in France. So we got some top-level brass there giving the keynotes. And this forum is really unique, and it brings together, the device, component, and systems company for a full ecosystem of all the technology presentations and networking. So it's a great event. And as I said, I really think this sets European Microwave Week apart in really giving you everything from device to components to the systems level and that interaction between them, which is really unique. Eric, how about you for events?
Well, as a reminder, we've got a great online panel coming up September 17th, and that's the best 5G, 6G beam steering antenna arrays and repeaters for millimeter wave deployments, and with Microwave Journal. And you can register for that panel today in our events section. And we have a full panel for this one with representatives from Analog Devices, Qorvo, TMY Tech, Fujikura, and Rohde & Schwartz. So that'll be a good one. And our Radar Satcom Automotive themed EDICon Online Educational Day is October the 23rd. And that's the final session for the year. So please mark your calendar for that. And registration will be open later this month. And that wraps up this episode. Our sponsor is Integra Technologies. Integra Technologies offers the best-in-class output power and optimized thermal and electrical efficiency for your next high-power amplifier applications. They now have a new architecture that incorporates high-voltage GaN transistors with efficient power combining for TWT replacements. And remember, as an industry member, a subscription to Microwave Journal is free, so please visit our site and sign up today if you're not already a subscriber. Thanks for watching this episode, and please join us next time for another Frequency Matters.